Governor Maura Healey staffers has been charged with trafficking cocaine. LaMar Cook was arraigned in Western Mass today. Investigators say they intercepted a delivery of drugs at the state office building where Cook worked.
An ex-offender who was hired by the state for the RMV, Registry of Motor Vehicles, has been fired, the Herald has learned.
Thank you. I'm filing this emergency hearing order today, calling for an immediate reforms to the City of Boston's hiring and employee review processes. This action comes after multiple troubling incidents involving city employees.
And we're back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button, my people. You know that helps us out a ton. And of course, it helps you because it helps us keep bringing you these stories every day. Now, y'all, today we're going to be talking about two more situations where Boston employees have serious criminal allegations and or convictions on their records. Now, you might say, okay, well, who cares? Like, you know, sometimes you hire somebody, you hire a bad apple. Nah, y'all, this is a pattern. You know how many videos I've done on Boston employees who have gotten into fights in public, who have had domestic violence situations, who have been arrested for assaulting police officers, who have been arrested for... Y'all are going to see during this video, it's so bad that the Boston government actually called an emergency hearing on hiring. And you're going to see a couple of clips from that. They, over the summer, y'all, just a few months ago, they called an emergency hearing on their hiring practices because they're hiring so many criminals, y'all, including the SX offenders, which we're going to cover one of those today, too. Another SX offender, y'all. So this is an important story because it looks like this is not just Boston, but also just the state of Massachusetts in general. Somebody in the governor's staff, as you're going to see today, is charged with trafficking the snow, the white stuff. All right. So, yeah, this is, I don't know if it's at crisis level, but again, when they called the hearing over the summer, they called it an emergency. And you know what? The problems continue, y'all. So without any more further lead in, let's go ahead and get into this story where one of the governor, y'all, this is the person over the whole state, where one of her staff members is now charged and under arrest for trafficking in that snow. Let's take a look. But before we do, y'all, we have a new webpage for my people out there who are like, yo, I have money, but I don't want to give it away to the people who are trying to take it. How can I protect my retirement? Y'all, gold. How many times do I have to tell you? Gold has been man's longest monetary best friend for 5,000 years. I mean, what else are you looking for? Go to our webpage. Go to the new webpage, Paralegold. PARALEGOLD.com. Get the information on how to protect your retirement. And you can call 844-651-8334 and speak to our partners at Augusta Precious Metals. Now let's go ahead and hop into this content.
One of Governor Maura Healey staffers has been charged with trafficking cocaine. LaMar Cook was arraigned in Western Mass today. Investigators say they intercepted a delivery of drugs at the state office building where Cook worked. We do have live team coverage. 5 Investigates Mike Bodette is pushing for accountability with the Healey administration, but we do begin with our Sarah Kanji, who's live in Springfield, where all of this is unfolding. Sarah.
Jessica, LaMar Cook worked in this state office building here in Springfield, where since 2023 he served as a liaison between Western Mass counties and Governor Healey. But now he is in trouble with the law. The 45-year-old is accused of drug trafficking and illegal possession of a firearm. Investigators allege Cook had a package of cocaine delivered to the state office building last Saturday. And in a sting operation, undercover police delivered the package. This drug delivery was one of 3 the state police connected to Cook.
The defendant is alleged to have accepted a package or have a package sent to him that contained over 7 kilograms of cocaine.
We're looking forward just to getting some good facts out there and getting this gentleman back home with his family.
Now, the police reports include surveillance photos allegedly of Cook receiving packages with drugs on 2 occasions at Hotel UMass in Amherst, where he once managed. The DA's office says police seized 21 kilograms of suspected cocaine over all of these deliveries that they connect to Cook. Now, he is being held in custody until a dangerousness hearing that is scheduled for Friday. Live in Springfield, Sarah Conji, WCVB News Center 5.
Sarah, thank you. The governor calling the arrest of the deputy of her Western Mass office unacceptable.
We caught up with the lieutenant governor at the State House today, who sang Cook's praises 2 years ago when he was hired. We wanted to talk to you about the arrest of LaMar Cook. When you hired him, you called him dynamic and a trusted leader. What went wrong?
You know, obviously, this is a violation of public trust. We were completely surprised by this and terminated him immediately. There's an investigation underway, and we'll wait to see where all the facts come out.
Before his job in the governor's office, Cook worked as the director of Hotel UMass, the place where investigators say Cook picked up parcels containing kilos of cocaine. They say that happened twice, both last month and this month. Mike Bodette, 5 Investigators.
All right, y'all. So was that guy just one bad apple? Did he just skirt past all of the checks that the Massachusetts government has in place to make sure that their employees are model citizens? What about this guy? This S offender working for Massachusetts Registry of Motor Vehicles. He's been fired now, y'all. Now, this was just 2 days. This was yesterday. Now, this was just yesterday that this story came out. It's not like ancient history. An S offender who was hired by the state for the RMV, Registry of Motor Vehicles, has been fired, the Herald has learned. There's his name, Leonard Schuster. He's a registered S offender in Florida, and he moved his way on up to Massachusetts after serving more than a decade, y'all. More than 10 years locked up. And he got himself a nice little cushy job making $53,000 in Massachusetts. So the 64-year-old he a customer service rep, y'all. Well, he was. And he started in March. And it says here that a previous listing for a customer service rep job with the RMV listed that an applicant must pass a criminal background check. So, y'all, how are they checking the criminal background when this guy was in prison, okay, for over 10 years for S offending people, y'all? His convictions include traveling. Well, hey, he's working with the Department of Motor Vehicles, and he has experience in traveling. So is that what it's all about? Traveling to meet a maybe that was on his resume. Hey, I know how to travel. All right, y'all, let me stop. Traveling to meet a and other heinous crimes, okay? In 2009, he received 15-year prison sentence after pleading guilty in connection with traveling. Y'all see, look at this. Now, you may say, okay, these are 2 instances, but there can't be any more. Y'all, I'm going to loop into these reports that we've done of the many instances over the previous months. These are just the 2 newer instances that came out this week. Check this out.
Thank you. I'm filing this emergency hearing order today, calling for an immediate reforms to the City of Boston's hiring and employee review processes. This action comes after multiple troubling incidents involving city employees, including violent confrontations and the shocking case of a level 3 sex offender employed in our Parks Department. These failures highlight unacceptable gaps in background checks, sex offender screening, and continuous monitoring. This order will call for urgent reforms, including mandatory SORB and CORI checks for all hires, stronger standards for jobs involving children, seniors, and our vulnerable residents, annual rechecks, and real-time alerts for new arrests, immediate suspension when credible allegations arise, and a full audit of city hires back to July 2023. I'm hoping that this hearing order will bring Human Resources, Police Department, the Law Department, Parks, facilities, and any other outside experts to ensure accountability, transparency, and public safety. I believe the Boston residents deserve nothing but this full transparency and accountability.
The City of Boston Human Resources process must include criminal background checks. With Council Murphy and Council Fitzgerald, we filed this emergency hearing order to investigate the system-wide breakdown. We need answers. Residents of Boston need answers. We can't support the status quo. August 18th, regarding the impact of Corey. After it was learned and discovered that a level 3 sex offender was working on Boston's payroll as recently as August 12th in the Parks and Recreation Department. I do believe there's a system-wide breakdown. We need to address it and provide the residents of Boston with an exceptional workforce, and that includes background checks on new hires.
Here, this Daily Caller report says Boston Mayor Wu under fire over city employee crime wave and multiple arrests. A series of high-profile arrests and scandals involving Boston city employees have sparked calls for immediate reforms to Democrat Mayor Michelle Wu's hiring practices, the Boston Herald reports. The Boston City Council on Wednesday advanced an emergency order and will hold a hearing on reforming the city's hiring practices. Recent incidents, including the hiring of a SX offender in the Parks Department and a violent altercation involving a city employee and a state trooper, have raised questions about the city's background check procedures, according to the Boston Herald. Quote, "These failures highlight unacceptable gaps in background checks, SX offender screening, and continuous monitoring," said City Councilor Aaron Murphy, who co-sponsored the measure, according to the outlet. "I'm filing this emergency hearing order today calling for immediate reforms to the City of Boston's hiring and employee review processes. Among the most alarming cases is that of Robert M. Claude, a level 3 SX offender, the highest risk category, who was hired this year as an equipment operator for the city's Parks Department, according to the Boston Herald. Claude, whose employment ended on August 12th, has 2 convictions from 2013 for indecent assault and battery and 1 conviction for open and gross lewdness and lascivious behavior. The controversy escalated on August 22nd when news broke that city employee Nasiru Ibrahim had been arrested weeks earlier on July 30th, according to WCVB5. Ibrahim allegedly tased a state trooper and tried to flee during a traffic stop. Now, y'all are going to be seeing that in this part of the video that's coming up. Police also discovered a handgun wrapped in a sweatshirt inside his vehicle, despite Ibrahim having no license to carry in the state. So there you can see people from Michelle Wu's government talking about the hiring practices, the people. Now, y'all, I already know y'all gonna say DEI. I already know y'all are gonna say that. I don't know what the problem is with the Wu administration. All I know is she should probably be cleaning up her own house before she's looking around saying, look how dirty your house is. Like, yeah, but have you seen your house? Have you seen yours? So y'all, we previously did a full report on this entire saga, on this entire situation with Michelle Wu's administration, and we've been detailing all these different crazy stories involving her employees over several months. I'm gonna go ahead and run right into that report so that you can have all of these reports in one place. And yeah, it's wild. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. But you know what the sore spot is? One of the sorest spots in Boston is Michelle Wu's own administration, y'all. We have brought you story after story after story of Michelle Wu's administration, people who are hired by her to run her government, who have been violently assaulting and battering people. And now we have another story. This time, one of the people who works for Michelle Wu has gotten into it with a police officer, as you have seen in the coming up. So as I said last time, y'all, Michelle Wu wants a diverse administration, and you know, all of the different categories of people are represented when it comes to, they say, equal rights and equal lefts, you know what I mean? Well, her administration is represented by all of the different people giving rights, lefts, uppercuts, crosses, jabs. So y'all, today you're going to see One of Michelle Wu's employees attacked a police officer. And then, of course, we're going to flow in and just fill you in on all of the other crazy situations with Michelle Wu's employees over the past several months. You have people hitting each other with high heel shoes. You have people choking each other. You have domestic disputes. You have a little bit of everything, people. But let's go ahead and hop into this most recent story of Michelle Wu's employee riding around dirty with a Glock 40 and getting into it with a police officer. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Hold on. Why? Yo. No.
Wow, that is breaking news. It is video you're going to only see on 5 as this traffic stop turns violent. The state trooper ending up going right through that window, as you see. 5 investigates broke the story at 5 p.m., revealing that a Boston City worker is now behind bars after that wild encounter.
Let's get to our Brittany Johnson. She's been digging into how all of this unfolded. Brittany?
Well, Ed and Maria, this is just the latest case of a city employee landing in trouble with the law in recent months. And in this case, that worker is being held on 5 felonies after a confrontation with both the suspect and the trooper being tased.
What's up, man? How you doing? Good. Give you a license registration?
It starts as a routine traffic stop in South Boston. A state police trooper spotting a car with window tint that appears darker than allowed by law. It all unfolded here on Old Colony Avenue, just past a traffic rotary.
I just got out of work. What do you do? I can't see the ad. Oh, City of Boston.
The driver, Nasiru Ibrahim, on the city payroll, working in the property management department.
No, you're good. Just relax. No, I know.
The trooper writing in his report that because Ibrahim's demeanor was nervous and he admitted to prior firearms charges, the trooper asked to inspect a backpack on the passenger side floorboard. A few seconds later.
Hold on. Why? Yo. No. Stop, dude. Stop. You're going to make it worse.
As the chaos unfolds, you can see them struggling over the car's transmission as Ibrahim tries to put the car in drive and the trooper struggles to keep it in park.
You're going to kill somebody, dude. Okay. You're going to kill somebody.
The struggle continues. Then you can hear the trooper use his taser on Ibrahim. Not shown on the video, but in the police report, the trooper says he had to drop his taser to put the car back in park, saying, quote, Ibrahim picked up my taser and deployed the second set of probes into the lower right side of my abdomen, causing excruciating pain. Ibrahim eventually agreed to surrender and with the help of an off-duty Boston police officer was placed under arrest. Inside the car, according to the report, a .40 caliber Glock pistol modified to make it a fully automatic machine gun. Ibrahim's attorney telling us, quote, there are significant legal issues concerning the stop and why my client was pulled over, and that may impact the remainder of the case. The Wu administration is also responding tonight, saying the city placed Ibrahim on unpaid leave as it learned of the allegations. Reporting live tonight in the newsroom, Brittany Johnson.
Now, y'all, today we have yet another story about your girl, Michelle Wu, and scandal in her administration. I don't know why, but over the past 2 months, there have been at least 4 different people, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 people in 3 different situations who have had violence, who have been either arrested for some sort of violence or caught on film in some kind of violent situation. We're talking about 3 different women and 1 man. We're talking about all the different races. We're talking about all of the different diversity. One thing I can say about Michelle Wu, y'all, we need to give her her propers. Let's give her her propers. You know, she wants a diverse city. She wants a diverse administration. That's great, right? Well, her administration's domestic violence and violence situation is just as diverse as you can come. The LGBTQ, the white, black, Asian, all kinds of men, women, everybody's involved. So kudos to that. So if, in case you don't remember the first 2 situations that involved 3 different staffers, we'll get to that a little bit later. But now we're going to bring you the most recent situation, which is from just a few days ago. Y'all know we're about to hop into this excellent content. But before we do, people, I want y'all to go at the end of the video. Watch the video first, but then immediately go to Paralegold, ParaleGold.com. Y'all, look at the stock market. Look at the markets. They're up, they're down, they round, right? But gold has been firm and strong for over 5,000 years for mankind, for you, for me, for everybody. Y'all, protect your money, protect your retirement. Call my people at Augusta Precious Metals at 844-651-8334 to learn just how to do that. Now let's hop into this excellent content. Allegedly, a staffer from Michelle Wu's administration was caught on tape in a violent situation. Take a look, and then we're going to come back and look at a report on it.
Get away from me! You're fucking dead to me! You're dead. Your son's dead. I'm gonna beat the shit out of him. Put your hands on my kid! You fucking cunt! Put your hands on my kid! Hey, Sarah, get back.
So there you can see exactly what was, again, allegedly, because, you know, do we really know? Do we really know anything, people, right? In case it's not clear what was going down there, let's take a look at this report. It says a Boston City Hall employee allegedly struck a woman in the face repeatedly with her high heel shoe as part of an attack that also involved the Wu administration official's father and two of her sisters last Friday in the North End. Ciara D'Amico, the city's deputy director of neighborhoods, allegedly joined an attack that began with her father, John D'Amico, punching a woman in the face multiple times and continued with three of his daughters jumping into the fray, according to a Boston police report obtained by the Herald. No arrests have been made in the incident, the Herald has learned. The victim, age 40, stated that Ciara D'Amico took off her high heel shoe and hit her in the face over 3 times, the police report states. The victim stated she was attacked by all of the suspects, who are also her neighbors. This wasn't the only recent situation, as I said. There were at least 2 others. So now let's hop into the last situation where a staffer allegedly assaulted somebody very badly. And funnily enough, this person who was put on leave apparently was seen with Michelle Wu on the campaign trail after this. So some people are questioning that. Let's take a look. Here, the Boston Herald reports that Boston City Hall official is on unpaid leave, but remains employed months after felony assault arrest. Now, this is who we're talking about here. Look at this lovely lady. Here it says a Wu administration official has been placed on unpaid leave, but is still employed by the city of Boston months after being arrested on felony assault charges. Her name is Denasia Yancey. She's 33 of Jamaica Plain.
Hi, I'm Denasia Yancey, and welcome to Pay a Black Woman. You're here because you care about Black women. You're here because you know that to survive in this capitalist economy, we need money. I started this company because after years as an activist on the front lines of our movements, I am struggling still.
And she was arrested and charged with assault and battery with a dangerous weapon on April 11th after allegedly attacking, now check this out, after allegedly attacking the ex-wife of her then girlfriend in a Roxbury home during a dispute the former spouses were having over the return of a birth certificate. So apparently she had a girlfriend, and that girlfriend had an ex-wife, and somehow Yancey got into it with her girlfriend's ex-wife. All right. So Yancey is the deputy director of Michelle Wu's office of, you guessed it, LGBTQ advancement, and founded the Boston Black Lives Matter chapter in 2014, according to her professional website. Now, what exactly happened here? The assault is alleged to have occurred after Yancey accompanied her partner, to the Roxbury home of her partner's ex-wife. So Yancey and her girl go to her girl's ex-wife's house to pick up some stuff. A dispute arose when the ex-wife, okay, so Yancey's girlfriend's ex-wife, yeah, y'all try to follow now, keep up now. The dispute arose when Yancey's girlfriend's ex-wife was unable to produce her ex-spouse's birth certificate as it was locked in a safe and she couldn't find the keys at the moment. The situation is alleged to have escalated when Yancey's partner tried to take the locked safe with her, and her ex-wife grabbed it back and prevented that from happening. The victim stated that after her ex-wife attempted to take the safe from her, the ex-wife's new girlfriend / suspect, Denasia Yancey, intervened, physically assaulting her, the police report states. According to the victim, the suspect grabbed her and threw her out of the bed. So I guess they were in a bed. Who knows what they were doing there. The victim also stated that the suspect, that's Ms. Yancey, took the lock safe from her and slammed her into the wall. The victim also stated that the suspect had punched her in the neck. Yancey was arrested and charged with assault and battery with a dangerous weapon and pleaded not guilty to those charges on the April 14th arraignment. So what is the dangerous weapon, y'all? The wall. Isn't that wild? They're saying that this assault and battery with the dangerous weapon, I suppose because she slammed her into the wall. That's interesting. So Yancey last year made $116,000 per city payroll records. Her continued employment stands in stark contrast to the near immediate dismissals of 2 lower-level city employees after their arrest on domestic assault charges in mid-May. Now, we just talked about that. The mayor's office defended the city's decision to keep Yancey on the payroll as standard protocol for employee discipline. Quote, as a large employer, the city follows protocols in administering employee discipline in line with maintaining public trust and respecting due process. A city spokesperson said in a statement, generally, if an employee is subject to arrest, they are placed on paid leave until information on the specific charges can be obtained, subject to laws, statutes, city policies, and union contracts. So, y'all, she's alleged to have assaulted, battered her girlfriend's or then girlfriend's ex-wife. Listen. If the policies say keep her on, keep her on. What I find interesting is all these people, the two from the previous report and this lady, they all work in some kind of liberal adjacent or liberal leaning type of office. You know, is it police accountability or is it defund the police accountability, if you know what I mean? And then you also have, you know, diversity, equity, and inclusion and LGBTQ+++++. Listen, I don't have a problem with any of that. I just think it's interesting that these scandals are breaking out right in the middle of a mayoral race, and they have to do with the exact type of departments and personnel that people that have been controversial. Let's just say that. And before that, y'all, so we have a July situation, which is the one I led with. We have another situation here over the summer, and now we have another one over the summer as well, involving 2 staffers and allegations of cheating and allegations of the higher-ups in her administration trying to get with their subordinates. Just all kinds of mess, y'all. Take a look at this one. Your girl, Michelle Wu, has a scandal on her hands. See, 2 of the city employees recently got into some kind of altercation, some kind of lover's quarrel, and it resulted in violence. Apparently, it resulted in some kind of fight maybe, and both of them were arrested. Now your girl, she has to respond to this situation, which she has done. Here it says, Boston Mayor Michelle Wu on Tuesday was asked repeatedly about the Boston Globe's interview with Maura Healey, one of 2 city employees fired in May over an alleged incident involving domestic violence. According to police, Maura Healey brought up her position in the Office of Police Accountability and Transparency and shoved an officer. Maura Healey and Chulang Huang were terminated a week later. Now, to give you all of the details about what allegedly happened, we're going to take a look at this quick news report.
Boston police are investigating after 2 city employees were arrested. Good evening, everyone. I'm Colton Bradford.
And I'm Priscilla Casper. It happened early this morning. Our NBC 10's Eli Rosenberg joining us live outside City Hall with the detail on the charges. Eli, what are you learning?
Well, Priscilla, these 2 police reports right here are quite detailed, laying out what allegedly happened early this morning, including the fact that both told police, according to these reports, they worked here at City Hall. Tonight, 2 City Hall employees under investigation. Police investigating an alleged domestic violence incident. So this is what we know. Court paperwork indicating a woman called them a little after 2 this morning. As those first officers arrived to the unit on Hudson Street in Boston, they wrote they could hear a woman yelling, entering the house after they heard her say, quote, "Let me go." Officers say they then observed several bite marks in the man's chest and arms. The report goes on to say officers spoke with the man, and he told them that the woman, quote, "went on a date with my boss." The report adding the woman said the man had cheated on her, leading to that date. Police arresting the man, identifying him as Chulong Wong. Officers say they noticed bite marks on the woman's left wrist. According to the City of Boston's website, he works in the city's Office of Economic Opportunity and Inclusion as a neighborhood business manager. And the woman identified as Maura Healey. According to the city's website, she is chief of staff in the city's Office for Police Accountability. She was also arrested after police say she allegedly assaulted an officer. The police report stating she allegedly swore at and pushed an officer. She was charged with assault and battery on a police officer. The city saying this evening, when the city learned of the incident, both employees were placed on unpaid leave effective immediately while the city continues to investigate. The city takes these allegations very seriously and holds all public servants to the highest standard. And both of those profiles have since been taken down from the city's website after making initial court appearances this morning just down the street from City Hall. Both are due back in court in July. Live in Boston, Eli Rosenberg.
So in response to this, Wu says it is not acceptable for any city employee to ever say that they are, because of their status as city employees, that they should be shielded from accountability. But Maura Healey said there's more to the story, telling the Globe that Boston's economic and inclusion chief, Chulon's boss, Segun Idwu, made advances outside of work, which she declined, but which sparked the fight later that night. Never once was I like, quote, "I work at the Office of Police Accountability. You can't arrest me," Maura Healey said in an interview. So here we have people who are working in inclusion and working in, I guess, diversity, working in police accountability, assaulting the police, and even getting themselves arrested. So y'all, I guess this has turned into something of a compendium of Massachusetts and Boston employees' dirty deeds. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're seeing me on the screen, y'all, that's previously recorded. But look at me. I was out there. I was out there in the nice Caribbean weather. Look at that. Not anymore though. So y'all, let me know. What do you think about all this? I mean, we cover Massachusetts, we cover Boston. Why? You already know, because your girl and all of them over there, y'all. You already know. If you've been watching this channel, you know. If you don't know, go back and watch our previous Boston related content and you'll figure it out quickly. So y'all, let me know, do you think that this is just lax? It seems like you know what's so funny? The government keeps saying, when I say government, I'm talking about the state governments, right? They keep saying, yo, give us some more money. They keep saying, give us more money. We need more money to do this. We need more. Y'all, they don't even do what they supposed to do correctly. I mean, I'm not saying all state governments, okay? But I'm just saying in general, isn't there just a general air and sense of dissatisfaction with how they're spending the money, with the services that they're rendering? With like, yo, run a background check and make sure you're not hiring the S offenders. Oh, yeah, we'll do that. No, you won't. You won't do it. You know what I mean? So, y'all, let me know what's your comments about all of this. Do you think this is this systematic? Is this something that they just can't control? Is this just people lazy, on the job, don't feel like doing it? What is going on? Drop a comment down below, y'all. But before you do, I'm going to ask you to share this video out. Hit that share button, peep out. Share the video over email, text message, WhatsApp, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all of your favorite social mediums. And of course, if you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. To my people with the retired mom, go down, click the link, the first link in the description, Paralegold, PARALEGOLD.com. Get the information on protecting your retirement from the upsies, the downsies, the roundsies, and the roundsies. And you can reach out to our partners at Augusta Precious Metals at 844-651-8334. Thank y'all for watching. Love y'all. We'll see you back in the next one.